What's up, YouTube? 2021, and I have a new series of videos coming your way. If this is your first time watching and you're new to the channel, go ahead and check out my page. I've got various installs I've done. I recently did a disc brake swap on my 66, engine swap, air ride install, amongst other things. Check out my channel. Give me a thumbs up on the videos you like, and if you want to keep up to date with what I'm doing on my truck, go ahead and subscribe. That way you can stay up to date every time I post a video. Alright, so next weekend we're going to be removing the bed on this truck. What we're going to be doing, we're going to be installing a C-notch bracket, shock relocator, Panhard bar. We're going to be rebuilding a drive shaft, amongst other things. So without further ado, let's go ahead and turn this camera around and show you what's on the table in front of me. Alright guys, here we go. So this is the brand product I'm using. The gentleman's name's Jason Polite. He has a page on Instagram and I believe Facebook at Dead-End Garage. If you want to check his page out, give him a like, follow, whatever you want to do there. But we're going to be using his products. He's out of Mississippi. He's a local, I think he just does it on his own. I don't know if he has any helpers, but he does it out of his shop or garage. And he makes all these products. Everything he makes is for 63 through 72 coil spring trucks only. So let's get into these parts and show you what we got here. All right, on my white 70 truck, I did the exact same thing. I pulled the bed off, did C-notch and the whole nine. I went with CPP products, and it was good stuff. But I like the design of Dead-End Garage. I mean, obviously his welds are really nice. Very good job there. But I like how he actually welded the Panhard Bar bracket to the C-notch. So basically you'll eliminate the factory bracket location that's riveted on the frame. These are more tailored for air ride. However, I do believe these would work with coil springs. You may want to, message him and check, make sure. That way, if you want to, maybe later on down the line you want to do air ride, but right now you just have a static drop, you can go ahead and run these brackets, and then when you have the money, then you can go ahead and do air ride. Incorporates its logo there. I think that's pretty neat. There's the back side of it. Obviously, this is the driver's side. And then here is the passenger one. Same thing there. There's his logo. Nice high quality weld. Looks like it's a MIG welder. Now this right here was very cool. This was not offered by CPP. And for as far as I can tell, nobody offers this. This is actually a template to mark your frame. There is a bump stop that's actually riveted on the back of the frame, and when we start tearing into this truck, you'll see what I'm talking about. You remove that bump stop, you have to anyways to do the bracket. You use the hole that holds that in, bolt this down, and obviously the arrow goes towards the front of the truck, and then you mark your frame and go ahead and cut. So that's going to be a lot of time saved right there. It does give you part numbers for the shocks. He does have front shock relocator brackets. I did not get those. Maybe down the line I will, because you do have to weld to the control arm. Here's all the hardware. You do not have to weld these brackets. These are 3/16 steel. I did measure them. You can weld it if you want to. That's totally up to you. If you have a welder, I probably would recommend it. There's the end joints for the Panhard bar. I'll show you that right there. Yeah, there's the threaded ends, nicely welded. And then of course here is this is the other end that the Panhard bar bracket goes to. This would go to your trailing arm. This would slide over it, and then there's the shim on the back side, so it it compensates for the thickness, so it evens out the ride. Here's the upper shock relocator brackets. All that stuff's riveted. We'll have to cut all those rivets off. Here's interesting. This is the first time I've ever seen anybody do this. But these are the shock relocator lower portion And these actually mount to the factory trailing arms. So if you have tubular trailing arms, square tube trailing arms, these will not work. You'll have to go with another brand. I still have the factory trailing arm, so that's what I'm going to use. Everything's labeled and marked. And it does come with a template, I'm sure, to drill the holes or whatever that is. I do have instructions on the shock relocator that's in this pouch. We'll go through that when that time comes. Here is the, let me move this out of the way. Here is the carrier bearing, which will be the only CPP product I'll be using. It's a polyurethane billet aluminum piece. It's not coming out of the box. I'm not going to open it up, but you'll see it once that's time to do that. There's all the U-joints to rebuild the drive shaft. I am going to go ahead and replace all the wood in this truck. Those are the long boards down there in that brown box. And right here on this table is all the shorter boards. I'll go ahead and show you all those. I went with classicparts.com. That's what their logo looks like. If you want to Google them, check them out, check out their page. They offer economy and standard and premium select pine and oak or red oak boards. And obviously I have all the links: short, long bed, step side, long step, whatever you got. I went with premium select pine. Here's actually a sample board, which will be nice so I can test some stains. I think I've already decided what color I'm going to do on this. I believe what I'm going to do is black. These trucks from the factory came, all the wood and the strips were painted black. I don't know how they painted them, whether it was brushed or sprayed or however they did it, but everything was black. What I'm thinking of doing is staining all the wood black and then using a low gloss or semi-gloss clear, and then doing the strips, which are in good shape. They're polished steel strips, stainless steel or whatever they are. I'm thinking of having those powder coated gloss black, so you have like shiny gloss black strips, and then the wood will be kind of a lower gloss, and the stain should let you see the grain. So I think that would look different. I've never seen anybody do that. I've seen people, you know, they obviously do other stains and colors, but I've never seen anybody do that. I'm not saying nobody hasn't, I just haven't seen it yet. So you've seen the wood. That's pretty much it on the parts. I do have a dual pack of Viair compressors I will be installing as well. They're way over there on the other side of the garage. I'm not going to show you all that. You'll just have to see it on a later video. But I do want to show y'all one last thing. I just recently picked this welder up a couple months ago. I've been wanting to get one for quite some time, and I finally did. This is the Hobart Handler 140. This is the largest welder they make that'll run on a 115 volt outlet. I do have an isolated 20 amp circuit, so no other outlets are tied to this circuit. I've had no issues so far. I've only been practicing flux core welding. I still need to do a little bit more practicing, but I'm starting to get some of the hang of it. I do want to get a MIG bottle set up. Right now I have not got it. This is one of my earlier welds. Not too bad. I'm starting to get the hang of it, but I do need to practice, get some more, get better at it. Hold up, this little thumb screw on the camera mount's getting loose. So that's pretty much it, guys. Like I said, if you're new to the channel, check out my previous videos. If you like what you see, go ahead and subscribe. That way you can keep up to date with everything I'm doing on this truck. So come next weekend, we're going to get hot and heavy into it. So until then, guys, thanks for watching.